Ross, pick up the paper today and I hear some comments about it could get a bit fired up this game and could get a bit fiery.
Which comments are they? Because I haven't read the paper.
Sorry, attributed to Chris Scott.
Yeah, what did he say?
And then
so specifically
defensive pressure on radio yesterday.
So specifically, because I haven't read the paper, so you just have to help me a little bit. What Chris say?
A lot of suspensions and stuff between you two.
Oh, is it?
With Scarlett.
Yeah, when he whacked Bellas, yeah.
And Stevie J.
What's Stevie do? Whack Bellas? Yeah, okay. Any others?
Stevie J Mzungu, I think.
Stevie J. He hasn't got an anger problem, Stevie, has he? Yeah, I think they spoke about that last time. It's sort of, I just think it's a line you can trot out. Both teams, I can only speak for Fremantle. We compete fiercely. We know Ryan will tag someone. He'll get really heavy physically targeted on and off the ball. So I think we speak to Rowan Sawyers constantly in constant dialogue, and they apply the rules to both teams. Both teams know the rules. The expectation is we go and compete fiercely and push it right to the edge and see where that takes us. So yeah, it's sort of certainly nothing. It's not a focus for me.
Generally, it seems to be them that goes over the edge and fall into a bit of strife. Is that something that plays with you or Dan?
Well, I'm not sure what you're alluding to, really. I don't do a study of it. If that's your opinion, well, that's okay. But yeah, my comments last night on 6PR about there's a lot of questions being thrown about Simonds and blah blah blah. But you know, we're going to ask some serious questions of the Geelong Football Club. We're an elite pressure team, elite defensive team. They're an up-tempo, high use, high possession team. So, you know, it's a threat to us, but also a wonderful opportunity. So we'll get asked some serious questions, but we're going to ask some serious questions of the Geelong football team as well. So for a long period of time now, we've been able to stand up to pressure. So I'm really confident that we'll stand up again. But talk's cheap. We need to get into action. The only thing that counts, we can discuss suspensions, free kicks, pressure. The only thing that counts for us is action from here.
Ross, did you remark the field to emulate Simonds' dimensions?
Yeah, I didn't physically do it, but I got someone to do it. Yeah, I think it's a good opportunity. It's sort of the same length, and it's about 10 metres narrower than Subiaco. So we got a feel for it today. We'll get a feel for it again, and it has some uniqueness, but it's not dissimilar to Subiaco. Just more narrow and a little bit shorter.
Ross, Chris Scott also said it's hard to get a gauge on Docker's form because he believes they haven't been tested perhaps so much in the second half of the year. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, if that's his perception, I can't change his perception. If that's what he thinks, it would be accurate for Chris. I don't sit there and tend to worry about other people's, how they perceive reality. So, yeah, my perception of us is we've been in pretty good form. It's about the whole season. I think we've won 16 and a half games, played every team in the competition, played a few twice. Port Adelaide have got a very strong reputation. I thought they were a significant challenge for us, and we were emphatic with that. And certainly Carlton at Etihad, we were emphatic. And Adelaide, who have been smashing some teams, we were quite strong. So, yeah, we're, we haven't been perfect. We could be better, but and we've got some challenges, obviously, which every team has with injury. But we certainly go in understanding we've got a big challenge, but mental toughness to us is about powerful response in the face of challenge. So I have a huge expectation that we have a powerful response on Saturday afternoon against the Geelong Football Club.
Can you declare anyone in and out, like Ibbotson out or McFarlane?
Ibbotson out.
Ibbotson out. McFarlane?
Yeah, he's got to jump some hoops yet, so there's a bit of water to flow under the bridge there. Clancy Pearce is clearly out with a torn Achilles.
Walters.
Yeah, they've got to jump some hoops. We're pretty confident, but we'll put all that in. It's an opening gambit, this, isn't it? So, presser, we'll put our final team in at the appropriate time on Thursday. So, there's a little bit to work through, but nothing too dramatic, I wouldn't have thought.
I know it's early in the week, but do you notice any difference in the guys that you did rest, like the Valentine's Mondays? Do they seem fresh
Oh, just on the surface, you know. Then, look, I did game day in Melbourne on Sunday, and Jake King come out and he was hobbling around. I thought, gee, it's a brutal game, and that was just general soreness. So that's what they avoided for the week. Those guys, that general soreness that they work through, but it takes 2 or 3 days. So yeah, they're certainly up and about. We had to hold them back a little bit today.
Just back on McFarlane, can you talk us through the risks and rewards in terms of bringing him back or not?
Well, I think they're obvious. You know, the reward is he plays and plays well. The risk is he either gets hurt or he plays and doesn't play well. So, yeah, that's about the size of it.
When it's 8 weeks out, how hard is it to come straight back in and pick up?
Me personally, I've never done it, so it's certainly a challenge, but I've seen it done before and I'll see it done again. And yeah, but at this stage, he's got a couple of sessions to work through yet.
Does Tom Hawkins' condition at the moment come into your thinking at all with that?
Not particularly, no.
It's the fact that it's not a it is do or die game, but it's not make or break. You're still alive whether you win or lose. Does that come into calculations whether you use him this week or save him up?
No, I wouldn't have thought so. No, it's a wonderful opportunity. It's a passage into a prelim and a week's rest, so both teams will be, you know, fiercely seeking that out.
What does he have to do exactly to really prove himself that he is fit?
We need to train the last session.
How long has he been training for?
Yeah, for 8 weeks. He's been rehabbing and training, and yeah, so I was in Melbourne. He trained on the weekend, so if he gets through Thursday, we'll name him and he'll play.
Do you have a gut feel on it?
Nah, look, that's why I've got sports scientists, strength coaches. I'll leave it to them. I try not to get involved. They present who's available and who's not. So at this stage, we're working through it.
There's been a few Achilles, calf, lower leg sort of injuries. Is it a pattern or just coincidence?
Yeah, I'm not in a position to really comment on the big picture. We'll assess it at the end. But Joel Bowden came and presented, and he said on the back of the continuous nature of the AFL game this season, there's been a spike in calf injuries. So we probably just reflect the general competition.
Is it as simple as Crowley on Joel Selwood?
It can be if we want to name him that, yeah.
Is that what you'll be doing, naming him there?
Look, I have to think about it. It's a possibility. Yeah, he's a pretty good player, Joel. So Ryan did a really solid job on him last time against real adversity. So but they're a highly talented midfield. You know, you've got Joel Corey who flies under the radar. You've got James Kelly. You know, you've got Christensen, and you've got Motlop. Those sort of guys. So yeah, they're a pretty talented midfield. There's a bit to work through yet. It's only early in the week.
Ross, are you hopeful that Crowley gets a little bit of protection, given that he might get targeted by the Geelong bloke?
No, I just think he should just get the protection afforded every player on the ground. That's all you look for. I mean, we all just want equality and fairness, you know. So, and I'm sure that's the way the umpires treat it. I'd be shocked, absolutely shocked, if umpires treated any player on an AFL field any differently because whether they were a full back, a full forward, or a strongly accountable midfielder. I'd be absolutely shocked.
Ross, that game earlier in the year down there, you're likely to have quite a few changes from the team you fielded that day. How much do you look back at that game?
Yeah, we learned a lot of valuable lessons there. We made some adjustments. We've continued to adjust how we play all year to continue to get improvements. So, yeah, we'll have a look at it. There's a good guide. It won't be absolute. And then from there, but at the end of the day, what we've learned, and when I walked in to the guys and I spoke about Fremantle and myself, and we guaranteed that we wouldn't chop and change weekly strategies. There's slight tactical adjustments, but our overall strategy, how we play, whoever we play, wherever we play, will be the same. So it's about getting ourselves right, playing really, Dockers sort of type football. So under pressure, they can be instinctive and aggressive and do the basics over and over again. We're certainly, I'm not a trick coach. There won't be too many things that you haven't seen before. And I know the good teams we come up against, which are all top 4 teams, that's exactly how they go about it. There won't be too many surprises.
Will you get a chance to train on Simonds Stadium?
No, we're not interested in that. No, we just train here. We haven't trained anywhere where we've flown to play. It's sort of not an issue.
Is it a special ground? Is it a ground that is particularly different to any other ground? Like, have you
No, well, we've measured it out. It's the narrowest ground in Australia, 115 metres, and I think it's 170 metres long. So that's its dimensions. It's got a couple of goal posts, a couple of point posts, and white marked boundaries. I haven't seen the ground get a kick yet. So I haven't seen the crowd get a kick yet. So we're going down to play a game of footy.
So it's more about any time, anywhere, any place that.
Well, I think if
Right.
everyone makes light of, not light, but highlights Geelong's win-loss there, but you could draw that anywhere they've gone. They've been a great teams, play anywhere and win anywhere. And premierships aren't given away lightly. They're coveted. They're really highly sought after, and people invest huge amount of time and energy and emotion into it. So you've got to earn the right. You've got to overcome strong challenges. And, you know, we're playing a really elite team in Victoria, so it's a challenge. The great Eagles teams went over and overcome all the challenges, so that's our aim.
What's the key to beating Geelong?
Yeah, winning the football as much as you can and pressuring them, and when you've got it, use it really well.
It seems like contrasting styles though, like the freewheeling game, whereas you guys seem...
Yeah, I think you're a little bit naive to that, to be frank. They're an elite defensive team. Their ability to press and lock it in is elite. They've been restricting teams to 38 entries, so it gets a bit lost. What good teams do, they play both sides of the ball really well and they compete really well. So I think everyone likes to categorise teams, and I think, you know, we've clearly had a strong defensive bent as well, but our offensive side of the game's really been really strong over, you know, the last 5 or 6 games. So, yeah, that's where it sits.
You spoke about